So I published this book in February, and it's been an interesting time to say the least. And I'm being reasonably literal when I say that I published it. It was published through KDP, which is Kindle Direct Publishing, otherwise known as Amazon, and through Ingram Spark, which is another self-publishing platform. Both of these platforms generally operate on what's called print on demand. So what happens is someone orders a book, they print one copy of that book, and then they ship it to that person. Or maybe a shop orders one copy of a book, or even 5 copies of a book, or hey, however many you want. They print that number of copies and then they send them out. Ingram Spark offers something that Amazon does not, which is the ability to get your books into physical bookstores. However, they only go into physical bookstores if those shops themselves order that book. So what I was expecting to happen was that maybe some people who are bookshop adjacent and like my videos might order a couple of copies of my books into their bookshop. But the thing that would happen most often would be that someone would come into a bookshop, Waterstones, Dymocks, your local indie bookstore, whatever, and say, hey, I would like a copy of Just Stab Me Now by Jill Bearup, and they would say, okie dokie, that's probably gonna take a week or two for us to order that in, but no problem, and they would send out the order to the publisher and the publisher would print it and ship it to them, and there you are. By and large, that is what's happened, but I also get messages every couple of weeks from people saying, hey, I just saw a copy of your book in my local Danish bookshop. I just saw Just Stab Me Now in a bookshop in Sweden. I've seen your book in Germany. I've seen your book in my local indie bookstore in Pennsylvania. The state of Pennsylvania really loves this book. More people have bought a copy of this book via Ingram Spark in Pennsylvania than in any other state in the US. Like, even California was second. I don't really understand why, but I do hope that people in the state of Pennsylvania are enjoying my meta-comedy fiction. The thing is, if there are physical copies of this book in a bookshop in Denmark, or in Sweden, or in Germany, that's because the owner of that bookshop, or that chain of bookshops, has decided to order a copy of it in, not because someone asked for it, but just because they thought it was a good idea. That's really neat, but also kind of wild. So what I would like to know is, have you seen a copy of this book which wasn't ordered by you in a bookstore local to you? And if you have, where was it? I would be very interested to know. And also, if you're in Pennsylvania, have you bought a copy of this book? And have a lot of your friends bought a copy of this book? I may never work out the mystery of Pennsylvania, but I'm doing my best. Regardless, if you have seen a copy of Just Stab Me Now out in the wild somewhere, please let me know.